Very good morning to everyone watching me today. In fact, this is part of what we call our new normal, where you don't have to attend education fairs, but you can just be at home at your comfort, watching us and learning up a thing or two. We have been doing all this of lately. We have also had our online classes. I am conducting my online trainings for students. And Today's topic is very close to my heart, actually. Let me tell you why. I'm the head of student affairs. That means I deal with many students, especially after they sign up. After they have signed up to the college, I deal with many students. I deal with parents, I deal with students, and when I deal with them, it is very important for me to ensure that they have done a right decision, not about the college, because I am very sure that when they choose any of SEGi group of colleges, our campuses, we have 4 campuses, they have made the right choice. But it's about the course. Are they taking up the right course? Are they happy about this program? And most importantly, can they continue and finish their program? So let me do very quickly. I would like to know how many of you here are actually SPM leavers. If you're an SPM leaver, can you please type 1 at the comment? If you're parents, perhaps you type 2. If you are not in your Form 5 yet, but you're just eagerly, very excited to know, hey, what do I do after my SPM? Maybe you type 3. So get the comments coming, so at least I know who I'm talking to. Like Mr. CK said earlier, you can see me, I can't see you. Right. So let's take you through the topic today. If you realize my topic, I start off with this slide, trying to remind each and every one of us that's including me, that our future is created by what we do today. What we do today is really important because this is going to determine our tomorrow and the days to come. Right. A little bit about myself. So as mentioned, I represent SEGi Group of colleges. That's my name, Anand Vijey Manikam. You can call me Vijay. I'm the head of student affairs and career development now. This two department deals 100% with students, right? We deal 100% with students. We are to make sure our students are happy. And the second part of it is the career development, which means I do a lot of dealings and lots of meetings with companies whereby I know what will be the market trend, especially for employability. Now, not everybody gets job, and not everybody who gets job gets to stay in their job. And these are many factors that contribute to this. So we will look a little bit into all this. And that's me again, proud Sagian, hashtag proud Sagian, that's who I am. Okay, let's quickly move on. So today's topic, in a more simplified form, talks about you charting your pathway. Now, charting your pathway is very important because, like I said earlier when I started off, your future depends on what you do today. So for those of you, I see a few SPM leavers. For those of you who's sitting down right here and listening to me, let me tell you what, you're definitely doing the right thing because you have to know and you have to take control. Okay. Now, if you look at the mind of an SPM leaver, when we were a lot younger, we tend to have so many ambition, and all these ambitions were very ambitious. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? They were always doctor, lawyer, pilot, astronaut, scientist, teacher. They were all very good ambitions. And just as we approach our SPM, when people ask us, hey, what's your ambition? We begin to say, I don't know. The truth is because we really don't know sometimes. And then, what happened is we suddenly became very live in very reality. When people say, what's your ambition? We start answering them, let's wait for the SPM results. I know some of you are smiling there because that could have been you. Let's wait for the SPM results and let's see what happens. So this is one question that lingers in the mind of every SPM leaver. Now, each doors there represent an opportunity of the courses that you should take up after SPM. So of course, the big question here is, which door would you open? And sometimes this is the problem, or this is the situation. Are you going to open the door, which is your parents' choice? Or is it going to be where your friends go, joining a college where your friends go? Or is it going to be follow the trend? I've got students who wanted to study something else and along the way decided to change their mind because they saw a new trend. Or is it any doors that open? These are people who just have no idea sometimes, but they know they want to study something. So along the way, they just see any door that opens, any opportunity that come in, and they grab it. And we also have people who would like to open every door. In fact, these are people who switch college. These are people who switch courses. These are people who are just too excited. Too excited. These are just people who really want to know what to do. And sometimes we also have people who open neither doors. These are people who are sometimes a little bit too afraid, right? They're just too afraid. They just don't know which decision to make, and they are just confused. And the people who we want, or the people who you should be, are the people who really opens the door, that the one door that you really want. You sign up for that one course that you really want. Now, assuming if the doors are, if I can point here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, maybe tell me which door are you? Which door would you open? Which type of a person are you? So we have got 1 to 7, meaning to say if you are opening the fourth door, type 4, that would be the door that you will open. That would be the door that you would open, which will choose the course that you want for yourself and not the course that people choose for you. Okay, now let's move on. It all begins with us, or you in this case, SPM leavers, having a vision. What's a vision? Now, I always tell this to my students, this is your life. This is your time. With the support of family members, with the support of parents, friends, you have reached here. What happens after this depends a lot on you, right? Depends a lot on you. And what's about having a vision? Let us quickly say, you must know where are you heading. See, we can't put you on the street and say go, because then you are going to ask yourself where to go, right? Where am I going? Then some of you will eventually start walking and have this question in your mind, where exactly am I walking to? So that is important. Where are you heading? And I always say this to my students, that your decision to choose what course must be matched with your strength, your skills, and most importantly, the future you want to. We will look at that shortly. And of course, the next second most important thing would be, what do you want, and what do you want for you, and what do you want to be? Okay? And most importantly, what do you want to do? You see, a lot of people choose a certain profession because they choose a certain profession, and then they choose a certain course, and then they go in there without even knowing what is the full form of that position. So that's why I say it is important for you to know what do you want to be and what do you want to do. So once you have your vision, the next thing you need to do is knowing your mission. What's knowing your mission? Very simple, how to get there. So vision is you having a destination, you having a place that you want to go. Okay, I am going here. Now, once you have that, the next point is, how are you going to get there? That is so very important. Without knowing how to get there, you would probably end up like, if you remember the first example I gave, the one that opened no doors, or the one that opened all doors. So the next thing would be, you need to know the steps that you need to accomplish your plan. So I give you an example. Some of you here would like to become a very successful businessman or a businesswoman. Now you need to understand, the most basic thing is, of course, is to understand what is business and understand what is the current business, Let me give you an example. As you and I, we are all in this MCO, we are in PKP, everything has changed. The word business is now changed itself. Things are no longer operating like it used to operate. Are we ready for it? So it is important to know, to begin with, understanding what is our plan. And the mission statement, or knowing your mission, that would help you to identify the steps. Moving on, let us move on very quickly to this. Let us look at this one slide. In fact, one of my favorite slides in my presentation deck, matching your course to your career. Right, C to C, course to career. Very simple. I'll give you an example. There are four very important elements that you need to take into consideration when you do this matching. First is lifestyle. Give you a scenario. If you are a doctor, you should understand the lifestyle of a doctor. That means they work in the hospitals, they work long hours, they work with patients, they need to manage and handle grief. Some patients who are sad, they need to manage so many emotions. So, how many of you out there who actually wanted to be a doctor actually visited the hospital just to observe the lifestyle? If you become a pilot, now some people will say, wow, becoming a pilot is so fun. We get to travel. But think about it. It's not traveling just like you who's sitting at the back of the plane, enjoying your seat, enjoying your meal. You have to work. You've got to sit in the cockpit for 6 hours, 5 hours. And then when you reach your destination, probably the next day you've got to come back. So all this is what we call lifestyle. If you are going to become a lawyer, there is a lifestyle. If you are going to become a computer analyst, a computer scientist, or whatever we call this, you're going to work with the screen, you're going to work in your room. How many of you are comfortable with these lifestyles? So that's why I say the first factor is considering lifestyle. The next thing will be skills. Like mentioned by CK earlier, not everyone have the same set of skills. Some people, we can pick up skills as we study. Some people, we just have it. We just have that skill. I, 10 years ago, with maybe 15 years ago, I don't think so. I even thought I could do what I'm doing right now. But these are skills that I picked up along the way, thanks to SEGi, who helped me, thanks to SEGi, who gave me all the opportunity. Just like today, I was able to build my skill and reach where I am right now. Now, some skills, some people are just very patient, naturally very patient. Then you could consider courses, for example, like the psychology program, right? We run exciting psychology program. You could consider courses like that. That means you patiently listen to people, you help people, you guide people. Just an example. Or some of you have this skill of analytics. You're just very analytic. You're just someone who analyze things. Then perhaps you can consider a business program or even an engineering program. Interest. When I say interest, I'm talking about what interests you. Sometimes some things don't interest us. For example, let me give you an example of a game of football. Now, while football or soccer is a craze, but some of you just don't like it. So because why? It does not interest you. So take into consideration of your interest as well. And the next thing is what I told you earlier. What you do today affects your future. The fourth reason is this very mystical reason about the future. I'm very sure, just like me, you too would have probably sat down sometime wondering or imagining or dreaming of the future you want. Now ask yourself, is this course going to give you the career that is going to allow you to achieve that dream, that future that you want? That's why it is important for you to understand and consider this four. Choosing your pathway, I'm going to give you two perspectives. Very simple perspective, the student's perspective. Every student would like to have very cool campus. They would like to join a college which is cool, a college which is nice and fun. At the same time, we've also got students who say, I want happening environment. Happening environment. I want to go, I want to study, I want to have events, I want to have parties, I want to have good time. We've got students who say, can I have a course that is easy? Why? Because I don't want to fail. Now, these are what students have told me, so I've just compiled this. We've got students who even come and tell us, can I take up a course that does not have mathematics because I don't like to count? We have programs like that, guys. Some students come and say, we don't want presentation. Some students say, I want to study what I want. Remember the door, you opening your door, the door that you want. Some students say, I want to study what I like. And some say, I want to go where my friends go. These are what generally students say. Now, what about parents? Parents will have a different point of view, but valid, legit point of view. Parents would look at money. When I say money, I talk about the cost. You see, sending you to the college is not just about your tuition fee. There's more to it. We are looking at books, we are looking at transportation, we are looking at hostel for some of you who needs to stay in hostel. We are looking at all this other cost. Parents are going to look at quality. I think that is very valid. They're going to think of a college, they're going to think of a quality. So let me tell you, when you think of SEGi, you start thinking quality. We are an award-winning institution. We, in fact, one of our colleges is the best performing college in Malaysia. Parents will look at duration. Why duration? They want to know how fast you can start and how soon you can finish and how soon you can get to work. Parents will look at accreditations. Why? Accreditations, students, I must tell you, accreditations are important. There are some colleges out there who would probably say, we have the NQA, but what? NQA what? Make sure your courses are accredited, because accredited programs only refers to the course being recognized. And parents are also very concerned on employability. They don't want you to just study and then stay at home. And you don't want that for yourself as well. You want to study and you want to get your job, and like I said, live your dream life that you've always wanted. Parents will look at fees. Fees specifically refers to the tuition fee or the cost of studies. And some parents would also look at distance. They want to know, are their son or daughter going too far or too near? Because that then again determines other costs that they have to bear. So this is just a very quick thing, what parents and what students see. Now, let me take you to SEGi Group of Colleges, right? SEGi Group of Colleges, where I've been working and I've been attached to for the past 10 amazing years, guys. 10 years of seeing students coming in, seeing students graduate, seeing students progress. Some of them are business owners, some of them are ministers. One of them that I at least know is a minister, all right? Some of them are CEOs. Really gives me the joy and gives me the assurance that many more years I'm going to stick to this and do this, because it gives me lots of satisfaction seeing our students progress and seeing our students success. So our campuses, we've got 4 beautiful campuses. All these campuses have its own unique strength. Starting would be SEGi College Subang Jaya. We are located in Subang Jaya. uh, Most will say we are next to the Summit building, all right? SEGi College Subang Jaya, and then followed by a very strategically located SEGi College Kuala Lumpur, accessible with by all public transportation. We've got the beautiful SEGi College Penang. The only campus of ours is next to the beach, right? And a very modern SEGi College Sarawak. So all our 4 campuses, we are located in Subang Jaya, we are located in Kuala Lumpur, we are located in Penang, and we are located in Sarawak. Now, I would like to quickly know, where are you guys from? So if you are from Subang Jaya area, Klang, Puchong, maybe you type 1. At least I know, okay, I'm talking to people, I'm talking to my neighbors. I live in Subang Jaya myself. If you are somewhere nearer to SEGi College Kuala Lumpur, to be precise, it's near Pudu. You guys would know Pudu. It's near Pudu. Then you type 2. At least I know you are from that area. If you are from Penang, the island, the amazing, beautiful Penang Island, you type 3. And if you are from the culturally rich Sarawak, we are in Kuching, please type 4. So 1 Subang Jaya, 2 Kuala Lumpur, 3 Penang, 4 Sarawak, so that we know who we are talking to. And if you have any questions, we are all here to reply to you. Okay, now let's move on. Why would you want to choose SEGi Colleges, SEGi Group of Colleges to be precise? All right, SEGi Group of Colleges, and this would map what earlier I told you, what the students want, what parents want. We are affordable. SEGi Group of colleges, we are affordable. In fact, our tuition fee sometimes can be unbelievable. That means you will say, huh? I mean, it's not cheap, that's for sure, but definitely affordable. And then, of course, we are also looking at flexible payment. SEGI allows you flexible payment. And I know some students who are on their PTPTN loan, who have secured all the discounts, all the bursaries that we've given them, and end up only paying 100 ringgit a month. That's probably cheaper than your tuition when you went for your Form 5. So we are affordable, and we've got easy and flexible payment scheme. And I've got another exciting news when it comes to flexible payment very shortly. We've got strong industry collaborations. That means I can tell you, if you do whatever we ask you to do, if you participate in everything they ask you to do, you will be employed even before you graduate. So we've got very strong industry collaboration, industry partners, big companies, MNCs, GLCs who wants to hire our students. And let me give you a good news. Even at this time, everybody is worried of losing their job. Everybody is talking about companies asking them to leave. We still have companies contacting me and telling me they want to hire a SEGI graduate. Let's remember that. We've got our syllabus are enhanced. We don't teach you what we used to teach 5 years ago, even 4 years ago. We update our syllabus. Our subjects are in trend. Our subjects are according to the current situation. I'm very sure, if not later this year, next year, we'll even have MCO example in our syllabus because we enhance our syllabus every now and then. We are award-winning institution. All our four colleges, we are award-winning institutions. We've won several awards. We are the choice of many people, and we have proven ourselves for the past 43 years. Been around since 1977. 43 years. That's probably as long as some of your parents, as old as some of your parents. All right? And of course, we give you, this is the best part. You don't just get a diploma or a degree from us, but we also give you external certifications. Certifications that is given by professional bodies, certification that is given to you to prove to the world that you are a much compatible person and you don't just have a diploma. Next, we have very strong, reputable partner universities. Let me give you a few. We work very strongly with the University of Sunderland. All right, we work very strongly with the University of Greenwich, Troy University, and many more universities, HTMI from Switzerland. Now, these are the universities will be awarding you your degree. That answers some of your question, the difference between college and university. When you study with us in a college, your degree is awarded by a partner university that comes from overseas. For some of you who are a little more fortunate, if you decide to go and do 1 year or 2 years overseas, we are here for you, whereby you can do a year with us, 2 years overseas, or 2 years with us, 1 year overseas, and all this is possible. Bring your, you can ask me questions, you can ask us questions in the comments. We will reply you, and I will definitely address this. Right, the next thing it talks about facilities, including online teaching. That's the in word for today, online teaching. Our students during this period of MCO, the very moment MCO was announced, of course, like anybody, we're getting worried what's going to happen, especially if you are a final semester or final year student. Now, let me tell you, we've been running online classes non-stop, in fact, every day. Our lecturers are getting better and better every day. In fact, we are all trained for this to make sure that we have our online classes so you will finish on time. Our facilities, we've got amazing facilities in throughout all our campuses. We've got amazing student area, that lounge where you guys would like to relax, you like to do your thing, high speed internet. You have all these board games, table games. You're looking at great channels and so many facilities. I think I'd need a half a day if I were to sit down and share with you our amazing facilities. So what you wanted, student, you wanted facilities, we have it for you. And exciting student life. Can you imagine college is organizing over 100 events a year. You heard me right. Over 100 events a year. Our students are exposed to in classroom learning and outside classroom learning. They are doing so many exciting things out there. In fact, international projects as well. So we have it all for you. Your choice. Should it be SEGi College Subang Jaya would probably be the best choice. Should it be SEGi College Kuala Lumpur, it would probably be an amazing choice. Should it be SEGi College Sarawak, it would have been a lovely choice. And if it's Penang, it's an awesome choice. We are all here for you, and we are here to see you be successful. This is the next very amazing things I would like to share with you. We understand. We understand. We hear you. We heard you. We know that, especially for parents, that these times can be tough. Can be tough because of the current situation. This current situation, out of which you can enroll your kids. So this is answering this question. Is this the right time? Is this the right time to send my kids to the college or to the university? It is amazingly the best time you can do that, because at least for the first 6 months, we are joining the banks, we are joining financial institutions to allow you to let them have zero payment. That means your children can enroll to our program and only start paying 6 months later. This is, I think, the best thing that we can do for you at this point of time. We help you lessen your burden. We help you feel easier, and that decision to send your kids to higher education becomes easier. Now, if you see on my screen, it says zero first six. That simply means the first 6 months you pay absolutely nothing. And to those of you who would like to know more, if you really want to know more, hey, how does this 06 first work? What should I do? You see a telephone number there, you WhatsApp that number, and our super exciting sales team will be replying you. They will advise you on, okay, this is how you go about, this is what you do, and this is what you need to know. So if you have questions, please put down in your comments so that I can answer you live, and I would able to advise you on what's next. So guys, think about it. First 6 months, zero payment. You heard it right. 016-212-9154 is the number for you to WhatsApp. Look at our courses available. This is the series of courses we have. We've got Allied Health Sciences. Some of you would like to still maintain your science. Remember getting into science stream because somebody told you science stream promises you so many opportunities. Yes, it is true. And this is a platform for you to practice your science, for you to continue. We've got business and accountancy, the evergreen program. I graduated with a marketing degree, and I'm still very much in trend. All right, so the business and accountancy is right there. Now, hospitality program, tourism and hospitality. Some of you would like to work in hotel. Some of you would like to be owners of your cafes that you're going to open in time. Some of you would like to be in events. There you go, tourism, hospitality. We've got communication, mass communication. A lot of you like to be in the media. When you watch TV, you see some people are very charming, just the way they are. Some people can be very dull. Why? How? That program is going to help you. Media studies, mass communication, and such. We've also got music studies, right? And I want to tell you, I've heard parents telling me music cannot make money. So let me tell you, we've got some very, very fortunate people who has made it very big and is doing very well out there, teaching music, owning music studios, in fact, even performing. Creative arts and design. This, as the name itself suggests, this is an exciting program. This is where you do all your creative programs. You've got your interior architecture, you've got your graphic design, you've got your multimedia. So many exciting courses there, right? So we've got creative arts and design. We've got early childhood education. Now, early childhood education is where, for those of you who would like to be part in building a future for the future. Right? These are people who aspire to work in kindergartens. These are people who aspire to work in nurseries, TASCA. And these are also for people who's very ambitious to open up their own one day. So we have the early childhood education program. We've got psychology. I told you earlier. Some of us will have certain interests. We are very patient. We are very good listeners. We would like to talk to people. We've got psychology program. We've got engineering program. The evergreen. My dad is 70 years old, and he is an engineer, and he is still out there advising people, and he is still there. I always say he's still there, he's still so sharp. So that is one program that promises you a very long career, just like the others as well. We've got technology and innovation, IT. What can I say about IT? If I am sitting here right in front of you and you are there, the IT guys would have done a great job, right? So we've got some amazing IT students, some of them even with a diploma earning, I can be very clear because I help them with the job placement. We've got a diploma IT graduate who's earning 3,000 ringgit a month. So very highly anticipated program. A lot of people love that program. IT students earn good money, and IT students have got career and job security, again, just like the others as well. And for those of you, some of you are confused, right? You're done with your SPM, you finish your SPM, and you are like, I want to do this and I also want to do that, but I'm not too sure. And many people have spoken to me, but remember the door, neither door. I just cannot decide which door to open. Now, for people like you, don't worry, don't waste your time. We have got the pre-U program or the foundation program. This foundation program gives you a chance to defer your decision by 1 year. That means you sign up for a foundation program, you learn up basic foundation, and then you have 1 year before you decide what degree you want to do. And I must say something about uh, the foundation program. It's really fun. In fact, no uniform, nothing like that. You come in, you sit down, you enjoy some classes, you learn some basic subjects, and then you can continue with a degree. Now, if you look at some of these programs are have become a requirement. For example, in Malaysia, if you were to choose to do or work in a tadika or early childhood sector, you must at least have a diploma, for example. So these are not just courses for fun, but these are courses that also meets requirement of our government. All right. Now, I know by this time you'll be like, too many information. What do I do? Now, really, I'm just going to simplify what you need to do into these few steps. Number one, talk to our course counselors. Some of these very enthusiastic people are even here watching this with us, and they are all ready for you to contact them. The WhatsApp number that I shared would be the number that will open up doors to these amazing people. A very big shout out to our course counselors because they are attending to so many students from home. I know some of them work even up to midnight because last night I even got a text asking about a certain something. So kudos to you guys. And then get your free career profiling. That one I can do for you. We'll do a free career profiling to gauge your interest, to gauge your strength, to give you a better idea of where you can go, right? And let us help you to understand yourself, identify your strength. Now, strength. Let me just quickly give you an idea about strength. What's a strength? Strength is not necessarily what you're good at, but strength is also what you can give to other people, what's good about you that is transferable. Okay, so look at your strength. We will help you understand it better. Talk to our academicians. You can even talk to our lecturers. You can even talk to our head of faculties to understand the program inside out. They will give you a crystal clear explanation about the program, and then you decide. That amazing decision that you're going to make is going to change your lifestyle a big time. And once you have made up the decision, register. That's the second last step, register. And for registration, I told you with this zero first six, absolutely nothing, register, and then you can continue. And from there, your amazing journey begins. Your amazing journey of 3 years, 4 years begins, and it is that easy for you to be in a program with any SEGi group of colleges. So a very quick shout out to my colleague. I want to say that You guys are doing an amazing job. And for those of you, when I said on allied health sciences, if you wonder which campus offers you allied health sciences program, that is the strategically located SEGi College, Kuala Lumpur, right? And if you look at the comments, you can see some comments on how our diplomas are in collaboration with international institutes that gives you certification. Standards of studies is high, and we're not talking about just a diploma in local area. Okay, so that's pretty much about what I want to tell you. I really want to assure you this, guys. For those of you who are after your SPM, for those of you who are very worried, for those of you who just don't know what to do at this point of time, you got this. You need to believe in yourself. You got this, and you will be with us in no time if you make the right decision. So thank you very much. And the next thing I want to tell you is SEGi cares, guys. Thank you. Back to you, CK.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the sharing, Vijay. All right, I think we can take a few questions on Facebook Live. Let me see. I think there's one question from Lee Jun mentions about, two questions about HTMI, which campus, isn't it? Maybe you want to share with us. I think you missed that about the hospitality program, the HTMI. Which campus is that? Yeah.
Oh, they are in all our campuses because all campus, when we have the hospitality program, it is a collaboration in any of our campus with hospitality program. It's a collaboration with HTMI.
Very good. Sure. Any questions? If there's no questions, we have a few minutes. Just allow me to ask the question if you don't mind,
Sure.
Vijay.
Sure.
I noticed that SEGi group of colleges that we represent, I believe it's in the HQ level because you mentioned that there are so many campuses around for SEGi Unity, correct? So you are representing the group. And the next to your logo, I noticed something very unique that you put IR 4.0. If I'm not mistaken, it's actually referred to Industrial Revolution 4.0.
That's right. We are the foremost college for the Industrial Revolution 4.0 because things don't work like they used to work in the past, right? So we are in the fourth Industrial Revolution, out of which our programs, our facilities are all ready for IR 4.0 with IR.
Very good. Thanks for that. There's a question from Lee Chun that what's the difference between a local degree and a foreign partnership degree? Probably want to explain that to the audience.
Sure,
right?
Sure. A local degree is offered by a local university. That means whenever you see any private or public universities in Malaysia, this degree comes from a local university awarded by a local university. Now, a foreign partner university degree usually comes from the colleges, because colleges we give you up to diploma, and the degrees are offered by our partner universities. That means you get overseas qualification, and of course not putting down Malaysian qualification, but overseas qualification opens up more doors internationally. You get to go around, and the standards that we are talking about is international standards. That's right.
Okay, thank you. I think there's another question from Lee Chun, which I talked about in my presentation yesterday, which is that's why when I see your logo, Industrial Relations 4.0, IR 4.0, perhaps you want to share how is this important for the SPM leavers? I did mention about some career. Perhaps I would like to share with the audience about how an SPM students that must know what is IR 4.0 and how going to impact for their future career. Vijay, to you.
Yeah. Well, you see, things are no longer moving like the way they used to move. That's for sure, right? Things are very different now. So if you look at the picture of IR 4.0, to many, it's still quite a puzzle, and it looks very difficult to really predict. But the thing is, the IR 4.0 is giving people a new edge on how they do things. So SPM leavers need to understand things don't work very manually like it used to work. Right, we are looking at we are looking at Internet of Things. We are looking at how, for instance, how in the era creativity are likely to stay. You see, when we are looking at IR 4.0, it does not take away creativity. That's for sure. Creativity will definitely be here to stay. And again, technical education, students will be more internet and more computer and more technologically savvy. Right. So all this is just how things work. For us to be doing this, for you to be at where you are, for me to be where am I, the technology plays a great role. So that's why it is important for SPM leavers to understand the impact of IR 4.0. Of course, IR 4.0 came after 1, 2, and 3, and 4. That's why we are here, right? IR
Yes.
4.0 basically suggests that people are just skilled, people knows how to connect things, and people make use of every information they have so that they can be better and above of everybody. That's about it, Seki.
Okay, no problem. Kindly explain about 0 first 6.
Right. The 0 first 6, you see, to make it very simple, to make it something that everybody can easily understand, we are looking at
Yeah.
you, students who would like to register with SEGi, with any SEGi group of colleges, will have to, of course, number one, meet the entry requirements, right? For example, if you are going to do a foundation or an American degree program, you're going to need 5 credits in SPM. If you're going to do a diploma, you're looking at 3 credits in SPM. For those who fell short, that means they don't have 5 or they don't have 3, then they could do the certificate program, 1 credits in SPM. Of course, they must have a pass in Bahasa, a pass in Sejarah. Once they fulfill this, all they need to do is to submit their documents to our course counselors, which I mentioned earlier, our course counselors, and they will sign you up for the program, which you can already start in the next intake without having to pay anything for the first 6 months, right? 6 months later, only then we will start the payment, the installment. Like I said, we have monthly installment payment, the PTPTN, and everything sets in only after 6 months. So that's about the 06. 0 first
All right.
6.
All right, thanks for the sharing. Okay, it's important to join the colleges, the future career. I think that's a point. If there's no further questions, all right, thanks for the sharing. Yeah, as Vijay mentioned just now, there are so many campuses around in Malaysia, even all the way to Sarawak. So if anyone they are interested to get to know more information, you can just log into the website. Counselor are still working, as Vijay mentions. All right, when is your next intake? Yeah, perhaps just can you just mention to those SPM students here, have you started the intake and they still can enroll, right, for all the campuses? Yeah.
Yes. For every SPM leavers right here, we are right here for you. You saw my hashtag, SEGi Cares. All right, we are here for you. All our campuses are very much open for you. You can still submit your documents because you can to do your assessments is all free, right? You can still submit your programs requests and you can start in the very next intake. Right. So I wish you all the best and good luck. And I'm sure I'll be seeing most of you in our campuses. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the sharing.